Hi everybody, this is Tom and this is another show and we are ripping the piss. But on a serious note, today is going to be quite a serious topic today. I've got a little video here to watch which someone sent me. I'm going to watch it and basically we're going to go from there. People need to talk about it more. Things need to be done about this situation. So as I said, I'm going to watch this video and we're going to go from there. Alright, so I'm going to press play now, I'm going to watch.
Alfie Evans, the baby boy at the center of a legal battle over his medical care, passed away overnight in Liverpool, England. Jonathan Figliotti has the story.
Alfie Evans died just 1 month shy of his second birthday from a rare degenerative brain condition that left him in a semi-vegetative state. His death marks the end of a months-long battle between his parents, who wanted to keep him on life support, and doctors who said it was futile. Under British law, such stalemates are broken by a judge, and the rights of the child outweigh those of the parents. After a series of rulings sided with doctors, the hospital withdrew life support on Monday. Alfie's campaign first drew international attention after the Pope expressed support for keeping him alive. Alfie's father, Tom Evans, met His Holiness earlier this month. The Vatican Hospital even offered their services. Emotions have run high over the case, with supporters staging angry protests regularly outside the hospital, at times trying to storm its entrance. This morning, after Alfie took his last breath, the hospital released balloons in his honor. Alfie's father wrote on Facebook, "My gladiator laid down his shield and gained his wings." The Pope also honored Alfie, writing on Twitter this morning he was deeply moved by the death. It's the second time in less than a year a UK judge ruled a child be taken off life support. The parents of 1-year-old Charlie Gard, who also had a rare brain condition, are proposing legislation to give parents more rights. Rena.
Jonathan, thank you so much.
Well, I've just watched that video. I mean, it's just sad. It's just really, really sad. And you're definitely right about one thing. Human rights should never, ever be taken away from parents. In any situation. Anywhere in this world. There is no law in this world that says parents cannot make a decision on their child. No one can override that. Nobody. And it's a fucking liberty and it's damn right disgusting and it's shameful. And as you can see by what I'm talking about, yes, I am talking about poor little Alfie, who died yesterday because of the hospital. I mean, let's clear this up. They took him off life support. He was basically suffocating to death for 4 days. Proved to them that he could breathe alone. Basically, they fucking starved him to death. And it is so wrong and it's disgusting and it's shameful. And yes, I am British. And at the moment, I'm totally ashamed of being called myself British. Because this should not be allowed to carry on. And people in Britain should have fucking stood up and seized rights on this child. This child was our future and they let it waste away and let him die. It's wrong and it's pathetic. And important people of Britain should have stood up and said enough's enough. And as far as I'm concerned, the Church of England should have kept their fucking noses and their business out of this situation. Because this was a Roman Catholic family. Had nothing to do with the Church of England. And that's probably why the Queen did not get involved. Which I'm quite ashamed about. I mean, I love the royal family, but sorry, she should have pulled her finger out and stood up and said something. This is a British citizen who you're meant to honour and protect. It's your God-given right to stand up and fight for your people of your country. Start being a queen. Because we've had enough of it. You want us to support you? Sorry, we can't support someone that doesn't fight for our rights and our freedom to live in Britain. You know what I'm saying? And Theresa May should be fucking ashamed of herself as well. You can tell she ain't a mother. Because if she was, she might have pulled her fucking finger out and did something about this. I mean, that's another thing. I'd like to see, what if it had been around the opposite way around? What if this had been a royal child in hospital and they wanted to take a royal child off of life support? Would they have let him would they let him starve to death for 4 days if it had been a royal child? Would they fuck? He'd have had a round-the-clock treatment, mate. Same with your politician. If it had been a politician child in hospital on life support, they'd have been fighting for that child. They would not have turned off the machine. I'm wearing the England shirt because I am a proud Englishman. I love being English. We were great for a reason, people. We're not great anymore. Not when you do stuff like this. It's shameful and it's disgusting. I mean, I'm not repeating myself, but what else can I say or what else can I do? I mean, it's not the first child and it's not going to be the last. I mean, they say things come in threes, so who's next? Something has to be said, something has to be done, because this is not proper. I mean, if you want my advice, if any people in England at the moment, in Britain, have sick children, do not put them into a British hospital. Because 90% of the time, it looks like they're not going to be coming out of that hospital. If you want my advice, save up your money, take your children to some other country, some other hospital that actually are going to do their fucking jobs and save a child's life, instead of sitting there watching them die. I mean, it's common knowledge that if you go private, you're going to get a lot more care because you're paying for it. But then you've got to start thinking of all the people that can't afford to go private, that have to go into that situation and be put in that situation. I mean, it's wrong, but they've still got rights. They're still a human being. At the end of the day, he's already proved that he was not completely brain dead. I mean, you can't suck a dummy. You can't look at your parents and kind of smile at them without your brain working. There had to be something there working. His brain was telling his heart to pump air to him. You know what I'm saying? I just think they've made a mistake and their pride is getting in the way and it murdered an innocent child. I mean, probably what makes me feel so passionate about Alfie is because I have kids myself. And I don't ever want to be in that situation. But looking at this situation and thinking about it, what if one of my kids did get hurt and they were in this situation? I'm telling you now, I would not be putting them into a British hospital. That's for certain. I'll be taking them somewhere until they clean their ways up and their dirty habits and clean themselves up and get out of this way of thinking. I would be taking my children somewhere else, to America, Australia, or wherever they want to save lives, not terminate them. And the other reason why I'm getting offensive about it is because I've already been in that situation with a fucking hospital in Britain. Me and my wife lost our baby in a British hospital because they kept us in the fucking waiting room hours while she's bleeding and puking her fucking guts up. So yeah, I do know what it's like to be on national health. If I'd known what they were going to do then, I would have gone fucking private. And I don't care if I would have got into debt. I'd still be paying that debt probably now if I had known that my baby, my child would have lived. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there are a lot of people that have gone through this situation. I mean, I know people say, all right, the baby wasn't born yet, but it's still a baby. We still love that child. We still would have loved that child. I just think you need to get care. When you go to a hospital and you say, my wife's probably losing her baby, she should get care straight away. Not be put in some waiting room and having to wait 6 hours to be seen. I mean, what's next? Old people? Are they going to start turning around saying, right, well, you've lived your life. We're just going to kill you now. You can go to heaven now. It sounds a little bit bad, but if they're already killing kids now, who says who's going to be next? It's got to be the old. They're going to start attacking the old next. I'm telling you, it's going to happen, people. I also just I'm really upset with the way the country has gone. I mean, I know there's certain people that have stood up and said things like Nigel Farage has definitely stood up and fought. But we need more people to stand up and fight for these beautiful little children. I mean, like Alfie. I mean, it's just, I feel so upset for the family. You know what I mean? My heart and prayers go out to the family. And I mean, there's not much else I can say. I mean, all I can do is say. All I've got is a voice. I can just try to fight for you. I mean, don't ever think you're alone, bruv, because you're not. This part of the message is going out to the family and family only. There are people out there that will fight, and we are disgusted with you about what happened and how this happened, and it's got to stop. My heart goes out to you, and you're always going to be in my prayers. I mean, you just got to look at it this way now. Little Alfie's up there in heaven. He's in a much better place, looking down on us all. So there's not much else I can say, but there has to be big changes going on in Britain, and it's got to start now. before more innocent people are murdered. I mean, I think the British people have to get together. We have to sit down with people that are important, and we have to bring out new laws. We have to give the rights back to the parents. The rights cannot be taken away from the parents. I mean, it's wrong. And all I can say is I'm so glad that I'm not in that situation, bruv, because I really don't know what I would have done. I'm telling you now, there would be repercussions, believe me. I mean, I'll give you props, bruv, I will. I think you really did handle it really well. I mean, because I don't think I could have done that. I'd have gone fucking mental. Those pigs lined up outside there would have been arresting my ass, believe me. I'd be in front of a judge right now, because I don't know. If my baby's dying, fuck, I'm following it, believe me. The system in Britain has to change, and it has to change now. We have to start fighting for our future. Little Alfie was our future. He was our next generation. And we have to start standing up for the next generation of children of Britain. Because if the government ain't gonna do it, the royals ain't gonna do it, politicians ain't gonna do it, well, the people of Britain have to do it. We have to unite, and we have to show them the way. The truth has to be told. It has to be told. The truth and emotions have to be shown. Because if not, nothing ever gets done. But I'm going to end this video on saying that my prayers and my thoughts go out to Alfie's family at the moment, because I don't know what you're going through, but all I know is you're not alone, brother. Everyone is with you, and our prayers are with you. And I am a proud soldier of Alfie's army. God bless. This is Tommy coming at you. I mean, please people, be nice to each other. Peace.